Alright.
So, it looks like Bluebeard has stumbled his way into the room. Um, she's going to, she waves her hand for a second. A glass of what looks to be pink lemonade appears in front of Bluebeard.
Alright.
Please
He
drink
gets
that.
pink lemonade.
I'm guessing it's to take care of his hangover.
Yeah.
Or to sober him up.
I have a hangover. I get so drunk I forgot I got drunk. It'll be the first time.
You were lying in like bottles.
There's like
of
literally a trail of rum bottles from like the couch to like halfway down the hallway.
rum. You're okay, mate.
Considering I got
Fine.
so drunk I forgot I got drunk. I've been worse. I'll drink the lemonade.
Okay.
You drink the lemonade. The side effects of the hangover is lessened significantly.
Ah, that feels much better. Thank
It's
you.
also
Agent.
very nice.
So, we're going to kill, well, subdue, he makes quotation marks, this serial killer, James. He can move incredibly fast, he does things, stuff, fuck.
Yes.
We think he may be targeting a strip club.
It's possible. His two targets that he's had so far. The first, she pulls up the screen. It focuses in on a location in one of the more northern parts of the city, almost on the city line. It is just kind of off the side of a main road, and there is an X on it. This is the first of his victims that he has killed on the way, and the other, it kind of zooms in towards downtown area nearby that warehouse. There was another X. We know that he typically targets around where he's holed up in. I believe that this one, she goes back over to the one to the north, is, well, before he found this new hideout.
So, easy thing to do would be to attempt to bait him into an ambush with a decoy.
I look at Buddy.
Reginald, can you change the appearance of your duplicates?
I mean, maybe.
Can
No,
you
I actually
try?
tried.
Can you try, please?
He'll try. He'll
It's
try
going
if he
to take you a few hours to make something like that.
Yeah. He thinks I was like not like I could, but it would be an unreasonable amount of time later.
So, something we could do is simply use these light disguise rings on someone who is an appropriate build to be a young blonde woman. So, the footsteps he's hearing sounds like it's coming from a young blonde woman.
Or you could just wear heels.
Because if I wear heels, he will sense someone that is 6'3", clumping around at over 200 pounds in heels. That does not sound like an attractive 20-year-old blonde woman to me.
Well, I'd like to see it anyway.
Do any of you have any other questions? I have another team I need to attend to.
Oh yeah, what are you talking to that team about?
Are you sure you cannot assist us in this investigation? You are an attractive young blonde woman. Perhaps you could lure him out.
Unfortunately, my duties extend far beyond just this team. I have roughly 10 of these teams that I need to manage.
Is it more than Blue had?
That information was not disclosed to me.
So yes, okay. You know, these organizations would work a lot better if you stopped hiding so many things from each other.
It does seem to get in the way a bit.
Yes, indeed.
I believe it does as well, but as long as you don't get too caught up into it and trust the system of things, then it seems to work out, at least in my experience. If that's the mindset that you lot wish to have, then I am sincerely sorry that you feel that way, but in my personal experience, this has worked out well. It's
I have
that
no
way,
problems.
if somebody was to infiltrate at a lower level, then she just kind of looks around the room. To be quite frank, the lot of you are new. She kind of, like, explicitly, like, ignores issue from her gaze.
I feel like the case is mostly centered on that guy.
You just,
A little bit.
She specifically turns around to look at that guy.
Like, instead of, like,
It's
doing it like this, like you would expect her to, she goes like this.
She just fucking glosses over me.
So it's still a blur, by the way. Is he still crafting something?
Okay.
But
You can see him like raise his
Well,
arms and
I
stretch,
mean-
but there's still a blur of movement.
I guess you don't have enough from me that you think I would not be.
it's not so much
What-
that, it's more of, if there was somebody to infiltrate at a lower level, then having them have unlimited access to the information of Halo would be quite catastrophic.
Yeah.
Makes sense, I suppose.
Well, actually, yeah, that is a point.
Most information is something that is kept on a need to know. Everything about this man and situations involving him are things that you need to know, and information on that is things that I am more than happy to provide for you. When it comes to things like the box, how exactly he escaped is not something that falls underneath our duties.
Well, it does, because it means that he could escape again, and you apparently want him alive.
Yes,
Well,
It would be useful to know what powers he used to escape.
Issue has the idea.
he did escape
all I
from
have
a general population, not the box itself. I misspoke, I'm sorry. I did say it correctly the first few times, it's just that one particular time I misspoke. So, it is... How exactly he escaped from there is... She just, like, pulls up a camera feed behind her. It is just kind of an average prison look. You can tell that there's energy running along the walls and bars to dampen any kind of powers that anybody would have. All of the prisoners seem to be affixed with a collar as well as... It looks like cufflinks, but they're not so much attached to anything as they just kind of seem there to dampen powers as well. The camera focuses in on Lady Killer in mid-lunch, and he's simply there one moment, and then his collar, his cufflinks, and the fork that he was holding all just kind of are there in mid-air without him, and then fall to the ground.
The only way in and out of the box is teleportation. That means either he has access to some kind of teleportation.
Reminder, he was transferred out of the box to
Oh,
a
sorry.
normal superhuman prison.
Oh, okay. Well,
I smell outside interference.
is he normally able to leave things behind when he moves?
From what we have been able to test, the answer seems to be no.
So this is either an advancement of his powers or, as Bonit said, outside interference.
Quite possibly, which is why it is preferred that he is either knocked out and her gaze just kind of like focuses in on the hologram at the center of the screen, or killed if necessary.
That was useful information. Thank you.
Hmm.
So
Well, a last question of my side. How much of him you want to have intact?
As
That is
much
true.
as possible.
if we permanently cripple his arms and legs, he'll no longer be able to commit his crimes.
What's wrong with you people?
That
Well,
seems
it's
pretty
true.
excessive.
This man
Oh,
murdered
no, that's delicious,
74 women.
No, I understand that.
And he shows no remorse for it.
There is no
Hatred can be
excess.
done with it.
Nothing is excessive when dealing with him.
Legality-wise, that could be considered under excessive force. However, with Halo's teams of lawyers, a lot of you should be fine. Another matter of importance is, those of you without hero license, please refrain from using your powers while in the public's eye. While within the warehouse itself, you should be completely fine to use them freely. If you do use them, just do your best not to be noticed.
So, I have a license, not a, how do you say that? I have a license, but it's not from here.
It has to be officially sanctioned by the UW.
There might be a problem since, as you lot know, my powers are very noticeable. And
Well-
otherwise, I'm a cripple, so unless till we get to the warehouse, I won't be able to help you guys much.
It'll be okay. We can make you a water boy. Just
Hey, do you want to sit in a tub?
you just carry you around in a fucking
how's
alcoholic.
how small can you compress yourself?
I've actually been working, and I can shrink myself a little bit. By the way, Klaus, I put 4 ranks into shrinking.
So that's 2 size categories down. So that's quite a bit actually. So if you just hold up a flask, could you fit inside this?
Can I,
Are you
Klaus?
claustrophobic?
A flask is a little small. You could probably fit in like a quart jug, though.
Well, if you got a jug or something clear I can see out of, I can just stay in
Issue
there.
walks to the hallway, grabs one of the rum bottles, comes back in and sets it on the table.
I'm gonna rinse this out first. Just get the
Might
rum
be
out
a
of
bit
there.
smelly.
Alright.
I mean, he already smells like rum.
Yeah.
I don't know why you bother. I figured you drank out of that yourself.
The point is, I don't want to get drunk again on the mission.
Are there any other questions before I leave?
This guy has blood, right? Like, he is organic.
He did bleed whenever I beat the shit out of him, so yes.
Interesting.
Okay, good.
Wait, you did
Yes,
what?
one last question. Would you like to go to dinner tonight?
Oh my god.
You can see her
He's
eyes,
joking.
like, briefly, like, roll into the back of her head. Instead of, like, having a pure whiteness in it, it's just kind of pink, and then they kind of roll back. I think you'll be a little bit preoccupied tonight. And
He's
she just
clearly-
walks out.
He was clearly joking, by the way.
Do I-
Preoccupied.
That's,
Some people cannot take a joke.
I'm sure it'll be
That's
fine.
how it
Guess
is.
so.
Lights a cigar. Alright, team, we've got he's killed 2 people in the last 6 hours, so we can assume he's going to strike again soon.
Yep.
So I'll give us, say, an hour to plan, and then we need to start moving. Actually, Reginald, how long will whatever you are doing remain?
He looks down at it. Is he like close to being done?
I'm gonna say that you could probably, for future reference, you're gonna have to do this stuff a little bit earlier on, but for now it can be
that's
done.
fair. Okay. It's like, a little bit longer, I'll be finished.
Okay, so you work on that. The rest of us. Hey, points at the security guard. You get out of here.
He just kind of like looks around, like points at himself.
Yes, you.
Wait, what's
Like-
your name?
I'm Tommy Jones.
Tommy Jones. Your parents must have really hated you.
Wait.
They did.
Wait, I don't get the joke.
Well, that was pretty mean.
Who's Tommy
Really
Jones?
good.
Come on, man.
It's
bowler?
not a particular character. It's more of just like a stupid name, is what she was going for.
Uh-huh. Well, Mr. Jones, get out of here, please.
That's
Don't that you please
so
leave.
fucking out.
Correct.
He goes out to the hall and you can hear him cleaning up the bottles.
Why are you doing that?
Well, I'm just sitting, for at least for all but issue the door is closing, but for issue, I'm clearly running to the door, closing it, and sitting again.
Alright, I have an idea. Besides putting me into a jug.
Mm.
So, idea is, this guy, I'm guessing with his murders he does, like, is it just normal stabbings? Does he have some sort of special thing he does? Is he just really fast?
Issue will try to pull up looking at the files, talk anything about what he does.
It seems like his preferred method of killing is using a knife.
He just seems to stab, and I quote, "stab bitches many times."
Here's an idea. If I were to go into my water form, I could use one of those rings, shrink myself down to more of maybe a 5 foot, disguise myself as a woman, walk around heels, and when he goes to stab me, because of my water form, I won't be hurt. Then
Well,
we
the
can jump him.
Okay, look, the idea is nice, but the problem is that water has a different sound reflection than flash. So we clearly will hear that something is wrong.
Crap, you're
That's
right.
at least what I'm...
He'll likely hear just the heels clopping, because that would be louder than any noise from the water squishing in the high heels.
Doesn't water like slosh?
Well, it does, but you can control the movements of your water form, yes?
True, but I think I saw this in a nature show once with bats. Echolocation, definitely water will seem different than, rocks or...
Well, no,
animals.
that's not how his powers work. He does not use echolocation. He hears sound. So he will just hear the walking. And he
Well,
knows
can't he,
someone
like,
walking.
make sounds
You
to
can
hear the
kind of guess
reflection?
that. Actually, I would like for up to 2 people to give me intellect checks.
Got it.
Yeah, sure.
Not
I
me.
think I'm horrible at these, I'm not sure.
16. I don't know why I rolled
You already
correctly.
did.
Okay,
intellect
you
check?
can kind of guess that as, it's a form of echolocation, it's just the sound does not originate from him. He does seem to get a pretty perfect picture of everything around him, so if there is a watery form, even if it's not rippling or anything, the sound bouncing off of it will be distorted enough to where he can tell, yes, that's water.
Oh. So, after going on a tangent about how that's not how it works, she was like, oh wait, no, never mind. Work.
Why do I have to feel that I'm smarter than you?
Listen,
Oh,
I have had
definitely.
a hard day, okay?
Sure.
I might have, I don't remember.
I'm going to die later.
For the stupidest reason, too.
Yes, well, let's not worry about that. Metagaming pigeon, no.
What are you guys talking about?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It will be important later.
So, Klaus, what are the odds this guy, like, looking through his file, what are the odds that he'll run away if, like, confronted or attacked?
Say that again.
What are the odds he'll, like, run away if he's confronted or attacked or anything like that?
It seems like he's pretty devoted to a kill, that there was, one woman that she did manage to get under police custody after he made her a target. He seems like he likes to play with his, kills a little bit before he actually goes for the kill itself. She managed to get into police custody. They put her in a jail cell just so that way that was like the most protected place that they could think to put her. And he made his way through the police station, grabbed her, and brought her back to where he's been doing that.
That didn't answer my question.
So he made the effort of following her all the way through the police station and grabbing her.
So, no, but what are the odds that he would run if, like, directly attacked by
The police officers, those things, like, even with them shooting at him, he did not really bother with running away when it came to that. He just kind of grabbed his target and went back.
Okay, so he focuses on the target above all else. That's good then.
Yes.
So, no matter what we do, he's going to be focusing on the target. So if the target is also fighting. Bonita, do you wish to be our decoy? You're the only one on the team who's actually a woman.
No. And it's a bad idea. This is the kind of guy who likes to give kills up close and I'm best at a distance.
You
So
have a metal fist.
I also
Yeah,
want to
I
just kind of have a
love
flashback
it.
to whenever you kicked Finja up into the air, hitting him against the cage ceiling, shocking him to death.
Bonnet, I've
What?
seen you beat the shit out of a man in a metal catsuit.
that was Moxie. I mean, that's not me.
So then be Moxie.
Who is
I
Moxie?
mean, I can be that, but I will be doing it on my terms. And
Well, guys, the problem is she has a metal arm.
Well,
Okay?
so
And?
She
Some
can,
women-
you can
some
hear
women have-
that. So I
some
don't think a
women have-
metal arm is normal.
Some women have prosthetics.
I think another big concern is what if this guy steals the arm?
you can't steal
He
that arm without
can't.
cutting it off of her. I know that for certain.
And
And
again,
even
he has a
if you-
knife.
That's
Good
what-
luck cutting that off.
listen,
You
don't
James,
think
carry the
James,
arm?
he's not going to be able to remove that arm unless we're all dead. And if we're all dead, then it's not our problem anymore.
This might be my problem.
kind of
think
doubt
you're
he'd be
you're
that
not in-
instant.
Whenever we discuss death, you're not included.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Kind of doubt he'd be interested in the arm anyway. But
I don't know, but I think like, did any of the women had prosthetics? Prosthetics? Well,
You target women that are concerned.
You guys have the pictures of the woman up on the board still. There is one of them that she did have a prosthetic leg.
okay, never mind.
He targets women that
Oh.
are beautiful. If she's beautiful, even with that arm, then it's fine.
So he somehow finds out that they are beautiful.
He can see things with his sound
Hearing.
vision.
Yeah.
I don't. It's weird.
It seems like from the test that they were able to tell that his sight with the sound is actually a little bit better than just normal people's sight. It's
Oh.
more of a... He can't see things if they're just completely flat, however. So if there's like writing on a page, if there's like at least a little bit of indent from where that letter is written at, then he can read it. But if there's absolutely nothing, he cannot.
So, like, if someone handwritten something, they'd be able to read it, but if someone was, like, printing it, like, with inkjets, they wouldn't?
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't make it easier, so you can find out who we are regardless of how we disguise ourselves, and we don't have that much time before he starts playing again, and I won't allow that, so we should come up with an idea? I don't know.
I feel like it'd be better to just seal them somewhere and then just beat them up inside.
Well, I
without the
think we could probably-
Bosco,
Yeah.
we don't have any rooms that we can just. Look at it this way: if we lock a room, he'll be able to move fast enough to find a way out of it before we could stop it.
Pulls
Oh.
out doorknob?
Oh, that actually might work.
Well, we could see them in a sheep dimension, and I'm fine with that. but-
No, I don't like the idea of sheep dimensions.
It's
That
like,
don't.
Oh, kind of do seeing a serial killer turning into a sheep. That's
Well,
kind
we-
of fun.
We have to capture him alive, so we're not turning him
Honestly,
into a
I
sheep.
don't really care. It's a serial killer, and I
I agree,
really don't like
but if we
serial
don't capture him alive, we're going to get bitched at, and I'd rather not have my day anymore.
Alright, yeah, alright.
So,
Yes.
Reginald, would you be able to get him in there?
I mean, I can slap it somewhere, and if we can coax them in there, I can close the door and then remove the handle. If he tries to fight anything in there, he'll be.
So, Klaus,
Yes.
when he attacks his victims, does he move super fast, or is that only when he's like trying to escape or get away from something?
It seems like he uses that speed like as much as he wants to, but he seems to have a preference for. He likes to seem like he's a 1970s horror movie villain, where while people are looking at him, he will move slowly, but whenever they don't, he moves as fast as he wants to. That doesn't seem to be an actual restriction to his powers. It just seems to be a thing he likes to do.
So Ishu describes that, and he looks at Bonita. So if you're disguised and you can lure him inside the room, Reginald can lock it, and then we can fight him in there, and he can't escape. Does that sound good to everyone?
That could work.
Thing
Okay.
is, what should I... Never mind.
A beautiful blonde woman.
Well, I mean, we could try that, but the only thing I'm
Why does it have to be
Confused about-
blonde?
That's
Yeah.
every one of his targets has been a beautiful blonde woman in her 20s.
I made sure to mention that they all had different kinds of hair color and styles.
I was gonna
Oh,
say, how
I
does he
thought
know?
I thought you said style. Okay.
I was gonna say, how does he know they're blonde?
Yeah.
I thought I heard him say blonde. I'm
I can
sorry.
hear the
Oh,
blow.
I don't know. Okay, I was always confused. You're blonde. Never mind. So there was only one thing. Is there a kind of barrier between your place and the reality?
Hmm.
If you're fishing for an answer from me, then you're not gonna get one because that's not
No,
something you've actually tried out.
No, I know. He's just like he's thinking about it because I don't think he knows the answer. It just is there and then isn't there.
Wait, what was the question?
The thing is, he can hear the area and see it with that. So wouldn't it be strange if something is, well, into another dimension?
Can
Is
you
it
hear
another
them?
dimension?
So when I put it on somewhere, it's there. It's there. It's within whatever I'm opening it up into.
You didn't
When
try
I
it,
pull
did
the
you?
doorknob off, it's not there anymore.
You have no idea, do you?
I mean, it's you think I can control some of these things? They just happen.
I don't fucking know.
Guys, listen. We cannot spend this entire time arguing. It's the best idea we have.
Well, it's sadly true.
We do need to get moving.
Yep.
Oh, are we good? Are we done?
So the easiest thing to do, it seems like,
Do we have any clue how fast he is?
yeah. Do we know how fast?
The exact numbers, it was something that, as she mentioned, he said that he only runs whenever he's chasing a bitch,
But
in quotes.
about to stab a
So-
bitch.
That's not something that they have an exact number for. He is fast enough to, like, as I mentioned, he can move somebody without them even noticing it until they move.
He's very fast.
Faster than our samurai boy.
Well,
I
this
wouldn't
is
say that particular, but I don't know. I
We
can
don't
see
know how fast, so I
Yeah.
don't know. But
Let's
Uh,
assume the worst and prepare for that.
it. Yeah.
I mean, he can't move at the speed of light, can he?
Well, if that, we would have no chance to get him.
Well, when I was watching the recording, Klaus, did my vision help me see him move at all, or was it didn't even affect that?
It's more of a, it's not so much a downside of you, like, a restriction of your vision, it's a restriction of the camera, it seems to be, that it was just
Okay.
any kind of footage that you would find of him running, it's just too fast for the camera to even keep up with.
I see.
So we can run between one frame and another.
Yes.
That's damn fast.
So around his weird warehouse is like the strip club's the only place there'd be a large number of attractive blonde females. There's no like malls or anything.
Yes, that's about it. There's no malls in that part of the town.
Okay, we're going to go to the closest strip club then, and hope we can find him.
Well, we should scatter because if we are too close together, he might catch up to something.
You look. So, Kara, I don't think you should go inside at all. You should remain perhaps on a building.
That's a perfect idea. I'm totally fine with that.
You stand out with your sword and such.
Do I?
He looks at
Yeah.
the man with a samurai sword. People
I
don't
mean-
listen. This isn't Canada. People don't open carry swords down.
Well, but this is like the traditional clothing. I thought that is well. No, okay.
Fun fact, as of about roughly 2 or 3 years ago, it became legal to carry a sword around in Texas.
Yeah, that's Texas, not fucking Indianapolis.
So,
Okay.
Wait, so you're telling me all the time I carried around the sword? That was illegal?
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not illegal. It's just not.
Strictly.
It's like
Sanctions.
walking around in just your underwear. It's not illegal, but you're going to stand.
Sounds weird.
I guess that's
Don't-
kind of decent exposure.
No, it is okay to run around with a, I don't know, pistol or shotgun, but it's weird when I go around with a sword.
It's not okay to do those things.
Yeah, no, you'll still get stares doing that.
I had mine in the guitar case.
Good.
Put your sword in a guitar case?
No,
I
my
didn't even know you had a
guns.
sword.
No, my guns.
Alright,
Okay,
so,
we're getting off topic.
so he's
Yeah.
gonna be on the building. Since I have to be in a jar, where am I going?
You're going to be in my coat.
So,
Sorry, it was just a
alright
funny
then,
building picture.
Alright.
Picture
as
of
the
mama.
conversation goes on, that guy finally finishes with what seems to be a sort of badge in their hand. It's just like a foot, like on a sneaker, and just in a like a silver little pin badge. All right, finished.
How fast will this make someone?
You want to see?
No.
I mean,
Oh.
I suppose if I was in my water form, I could survive if I, smashed into a building.
How fast will it make someone?
So that it.
Does it
Do you
make you
not know-
resistant to speed? At least,
you not-
do you know at least that?
Alright, how about, are we talking faster than a cheetah?
It's faster than I can move normally. But I move at about.
Just give it.
Sure, they just like hand you the badge.
Again, I'm willing to test it. I can survive,
Puts it on and tries to move.
oh boy, water form.
So you have speed 7.
I figured that was it.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
So,
That's why.
you move around, and it's not so much like whenever Bonita amped up the car. You have control over yourself, and you're fully moving faster. You don't so much perceive faster as your normal perception is just kind of like enough to let you keep up with everything around you. So
So
you can
what are
move
the-
at half a mile each turn.
What do the others see?
More than you
Do they see? Do they see a blur, or do they see me move from one spot to?
You're very much a blue.
Okay, so this is slower than what he can move then.
Can I see him normally?
Yeah, Kare, you're
Yes.
one of those people that whenever you watch, like if you watch anime and there's those people that just like vanish and reappear behind somebody, you can keep track of that vanishing and reappearing because why not?
Alright.
Great.
So he takes it off and tosses it to Karai. It's still not as fast as what we can do. You put it on, let's see how yours works.
I'm not sure that this works together, but
It
okay.
should.
I think it should.
Well, let's see. And I put it on.
You pin
So-
it onto you. What is your normal speed rank?
8.
So you have speed 15.
Do I?
You can
can move
move
a
at
hun-
120 miles around.
Yes.
What?
Jesus Christ.
I can probably make these like a bit faster, but
You
So
can move
Karai,
at 60
While you are getting up
64,000
and
miles.
testing the speed, what would you like to do?
Okay.
This
Issues
I should have
with-
tested
Find
it.
out that
Issues
I'm,
put a suit on now, by the way.
that I'm even faster than normal. I'm running like 3 times around the Halo the construct building thingy.
Building.
Building, yeah.
Outside the post office, just like through the parking lot. There's a random old woman there that's just picking up her mail. The wind blows hard enough that like her mail goes flying, and like while it's still in midair, you just kind of like grab it, put it back down in the basket, and just like run back down to the office. Nobody, including Issue, has seen you move.
Huh. Did,
I'm just sitting there. Okay.
did you
I don't
do
think it works.
anything?
I want to lie, but I can't, so yeah, I ran around. It's pretty quick, it's even faster than I normally can, it's awesome. How do you do something like this?
So Issue's going to activate prediction. He's gonna like be like, I'm going to snap my fingers, and then snap the fingers, move around again. Just a little bit. I'm trying to see if an increased quickness allows me to see him.
Okay, I guess, and I'm running like...
What is your total rank in quickness with that?
Currently 3.
I'm going to say no, you're still not able to see him.
Issue's eyes, they widen. He's like, oh, yes, you're definitely faster.
And, I think if we use one of these again, I'll make a better one next time, but I'd rather have more planning.
Like, you want to make this even better than it is, it's awesome.
Well, yeah, that's not...
Okay, wait.
So, in other words, I have no problem at reaching our friend, I guess.
Yes, so here's what's going to happen.